This is how you're going to find your dream vendor for free for any product, whether you want to do clothing or you want a vendor for beauty products, a vendor for jewelry, a vendor for bundles and weaves, a vendor for skincare. It really doesn't matter what you want a vendor for. These are going to be the steps to find yourself a vendor. And guess what? You don't just want any vendor. You want a vendor that is willing to work with new businesses that has really small budget. I'm talking about $1,000 and under. You also want to find a vendor that doesn't require you to have LLC, business permits, trademarks, and all these things already set up before they work with you. So you want a small business friendly vendor. So that is what I'm going to be showing you in this video. By the way, I'm Tabia, and if you don't know me, I've turned $400 into $100,000 in 1 year with my new online business, and now I create content and also help people to do the same. So if that sounds like the type of content you're interested in, make sure you follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because over here we don't gatekeep and we don't give fluffy information. So this is what I'm going to cover for you in this video. I'm going to cover the quickest, easiest, cost-effective way to find vendors, how to place an order on a vendor site, because it's not like when you're ordering from Amazon. It's a whole different process than what you're used to when you're shopping online. I'm going to tell you the questions that you should ask your vendor before you place an order. A lot of beginners, they don't know they should ask these questions, and what it ends up doing is they end up in situations that they could have avoided if they had asked the right question. And beginners typically don't know they should ask these questions. So stick around if you want to know what those questions are. Also, I cover how many inventory should you buy to start a business. A lot of people don't know how many inventory is sufficient to start a new business. Also, I'm going to tell you how to avoid being scammed throughout that process. If that sounds like something you're interested in, let's move on with the video. First up, we're going to look at where to find vendors. Now, a lot of people, when they think about where to find vendors, the first instinct that they have is to go to Google and type in eyeshadow vendor, skincare vendor, and what happens is way too much vendor comes up, which overwhelms them. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack. And not only that, those vendors that come up 9 out of 10 times, they are manufacturers that want you to purchase like tens of thousands of inventory up front for them to even work with you, and they will require you to have an LLC, trademarks, business license, and all these other things. So for us to avoid wasting our time on Google going through endless pages and still not finding a vendor, here is where you should go instead, because the type of vendor that you need is a vendor that is going to be able to do logos and customization and branding according to your liking, but at the same time allow you to buy a small quantity in bulk. So where I recommend to go and find such a vendor is on Alibaba.com. This is a vendor platform that has many vendors from all over the world. It is the best place to start. It is the best way to not waste your time and to almost guarantee 100% that you're going to find what you're looking for. Now, I know you've heard other people tell you about this place, but I'm going to show you 3 methods, not just one, how to find vendors using Alibaba.com. I'm pretty sure a lot of you don't know the other 2 methods that I'm going to show you. So let's get into it. First thing you want to do is you want to either use the website on your phone or laptop or download the app. I highly recommend downloading the app and creating an account, because what's going to happen is as we find vendors, we can hard it, meaning save it, and we can reference and find the vendor back at a later time. But if you don't have an account, you're not going to be able to do some of the things that I'm showing you to do. It's actually free to join this platform. So the first method is going to be the search method. So what you're going to do, you're going to go to the search bar on Alibaba and you're going to type in exactly what it is that you're looking for. This is actually pretty easy. You're looking for edge control, type in edge control. You're looking for lip gloss vendor, typing lip gloss. If you're looking for a tripod because you want to sell tripods, whatever it is, whatever you can think of, just type in the keyword of what you're looking for and you will see some stuff come up. Now you're going to filter out some of those vendors. The first criteria you're going to use to filter out these vendors is to check verified. So you only want people that Alibaba had done something to confirm that the information that they put on Alibaba is true. So you're least likely to get scammed because Alibaba vetted these vendors, the ones that are verified, and made sure that the information that they're presenting about their company, it is all facts, okay? The second thing you want to filter out these vendors by is trade assurance. Trade assurance means that there will be some type of insurance on your order and you're going to be able to get a refund if things don't go well. So this is how you're literally from the jump protecting yourself from getting scammed. Okay, so the second method to find a vendor is to take a picture of the product if you have it on hand, or if you were on social media and you saw a product you would like to sell, you can screenshot the product picture or download the product picture off Etsy, Amazon, wherever, and you can upload it into Alibaba and find the product that way, because sometimes you don't even know what to type in to find what you're looking for, to be honest. So let me show you how to do it. I'm gonna put my phone on screen recording. So I'm gonna use the Stanley Cup since I have it in my hand as an example. So open Alibaba, and instead of using the search bar, I'm just going to tap the camera icon. So I'm gonna take the picture of the Stanley Cup, and boom, as you can see, a lot of vendors came up, and I can see a lot of cups that look exactly like this, even some with the word Stanley on it. I don't know if I recommend, selling things that are already branded trademark, because you can get in trouble. But basically, say you wanted to start your own company, or you wanted these cups to, maybe put rhinestones, personalize it, put people's name on it, like Ashley, Brittany, some common names, and sell personalized cups that look like the Stanley Cup. I don't know, just an idea, I guess. But as you could see, a lot of vendors came up. So even if I didn't know the name of what to type in to find a big cup that look exactly like this, all I have to do is to take the picture. And you don't even have to take the picture. Like I said earlier, you could just go to album at the bottom of the screen and upload the image that you found on the internet. Okay, here's method 3. So this is the method that you're going to use if you don't want to find a vendor but you want a vendor to find you. This is crazy. So you're going to go to my Alibaba, and you're going to go down to essentials. Okay, once you're under essentials, you're going to hit request for quotation, and you're going to hit get quotation, that big orange button. Then where it says product name, you're going to type in any keyword you can think of. So are you trying to let vendors find you for lashes? Do you want to purchase body butter? Do you want to sell Yanni wash or feminine care products? So whatever it is, type the keyword there. Then under source and quantity, you're going to put how much you're looking to purchase. After that, you're going to put a detailed description of what you're looking for. So let's say I want to sell DIY lash clusters, okay? And I want it to be the ones that do not use glue, the ones that are already self-stick, because I saw those, okay? So I would put in detail what I'm trying to get, what color, what design, what method I'm trying to get the thing to be done by. So as detailed as possible, sis. You want to put right here what you're looking for, and then you can upload images to show what you're talking about or what your inspiration is for the product. And as you could see, it says that you can get 15 quotes in 6 hours. That's the average, meaning 15 vendors will reach back out to you within 6 hours of you posting a request for quotation. Okay, are you guys ready for some more gems? Make sure you like the video. So I almost forgot to tell you, sis, I have 50 plus free vendors where I found some vendors for various different products, like the color changing lip gloss, press-on nails, a whole bunch of stuff, sis. And I put together a list if you want to start your clothing line, if you want to do custom packaging and all those things. I have it listed down below, a free vendors list for you. So yeah, that's definitely a place you can start. But I'm pretty sure the 3 steps that I showed you is pretty simple so far. So let's continue with the video. So now you would have found some vendors and you would have saved some products, saved some vendors, and that's cool. But I want to talk about how do you go ahead and order from these vendors, how do you talk to these vendors and things like that. Now the first thing I want to mention when it comes to this is how much inventory should you start with. Now a lot of people think that it costs $10,000 to start a business, $5,000. A matter of fact, let me put it to the test. Sis, tell me how much money you think it takes to start a business. And don't put $0, because I'm not even gonna get into that, okay? How much money do you think it takes to start a business? Because before I came across a video that said you could start a business for $100, I used to think I would have to have $100,000. I thought people that were already successful, those were the people that should, start businesses. I didn't know I could start a business and sell products with, a few $100s. So personally, I started with $400, and my God, best decision ever. And I could have actually started with less and still end up successful. The reason why a lot of people end up you know, wasting a lot of money, losing a lot of money, is because they buy way too many inventory from the jump. For your first order, okay sis, you want to just buy enough inventory to at least make $1,000 your first month. If not that, start with 50 quantity or 100. Now sis, the way you start is not how you finish. A lot of people, it hurts their soul when I tell them to buy 50 products to start or 100 products to start. Why? Because they want to make $10,000 their first month. Listen to me. It is very unlikely. You're starting your business from scratch, you don't know how to market, and you have no followers, no personal clout to leverage, and you're going to make $10,000 right out the gate. Yes, be the Lulu, because the Lulu is a Salulu according to what they say. You want to believe in yourself for real, but thinking you're gonna make $10,000 the very first day with no audience, no warming up, no building, like, it's just not gonna happen for a lot of us. So we have to be realistic. My first month, I made $1,000. Okay, I'm not saying everybody's gonna make $1,000, but I feel like it's a good place to start. The way you start isn't how you finish. By the time I reach my 5th, 6th month in business, at this point, I don't even remember, right? So I started April, and by August, I made my first $10,000, but the first month in April, it was just $1,000. So I'm telling you, like, your business is going to grow. It's best to restock than it is to have inventory sitting on you, right? You know, let me know if you agree. It's best to restock than it is to have products sitting on you, right? And for those of you who are worried about selling out, you can use an app called the Back in Stock Alert app. And what that does is when a product sells out, people that visit your website that's interested, they can leave their phone number or their email. And then once you put in the back end that you have more, it's automatically gonna text and alert everybody that the product is back in stock, okay? So you don't gotta worry about selling out. And actually selling out, contrary to what a lot of people say, because I hear a business coach saying selling out is not a good thing, but selling out is a good thing, because when people know that you're likely to sell out, they move very quickly when you restock. As in, as soon as you say, I got new products, or this product is now on the website, people flood to the website and they buy all at once because of FOMO. They're afraid of missing out. They don't want to be the one that didn't get the product. It almost turns into a competition. So don't fear selling out. You don't need to start with too much product. Start with 50 or 100. So if you want to sell lashes, start with 10 styles, 10 of each, if that makes sense. If you want to sell lip gloss, sell, you know, buy it in batches of 5 or 10. So 10 of this color, 5 of this color, 10 until it reaches 100 in total. Also, you have to bear in mind when it comes to this whole thing of buying inventory to start a business, is that you are making an investment, right? So when you're making an investment, you have to know it's almost like gambling, right? There is a chance you will lose the money. So don't invest what you cannot stomach to lose, right? And I don't want y'all to start panicking about losing money, because honestly, we lose money all the time. You're used to losing money more than you think. When you waste your money on clothes, on hair, on nails, and I wouldn't say it is waste, but you're okay with spending that money knowing that once you spend it, it will leave because it's gonna better your life. But it's the same thing with a business. The money that you invest, there is a chance it can better your life. And if you have $1,000, right, or you're gonna spend $1,000, why not spend $1,000 to maybe make 5,000 or whatever when you flip that inventory, whatever it's gonna turn into, right? So that was my mindset. I stopped wearing hair, stopped wearing weave, and just started to invest in my business idea. So yeah, as I was saying, you want to make sure that for the first month, don't try to get rich overnight. Okay, sis, anybody that promised you to get you rich your first week, first month in business, I don't know what kind of fairy dust was sprinkled on them, but it was sprinkled on me. But eventually I did get to the point where I'm consistently making over 10K, over 15K, over 20K. But that didn't happen right off the bat. Like, some of the stuff that I thought was gonna sell when I started, it didn't sell. And then things that I thought wasn't gonna sell, they sold a lot. So right now, when you're starting a business, like, start with a small amount of product to test the business idea. If you haven't made any money from the business, all you have is an idea, and you don't want to spend too much money on an idea. A lot of people will hype you up, you know, tell you that if you buy their course, if you do this, if you do that, you're gonna make so much money. It's okay, sis, just start the business, just do this, just do that. But I'm not gonna tell anybody anything that I wouldn't do or I haven't done. So my advice is based on my personal experience. And I think even if you have $10,000 to invest, but you have no experience, no mentor going into this, going to be doing trial and error, etc., money isn't going to solve the problem. And this is the thing. A lot of people think that when it comes to business, you can just throw money and the problem is solved. A lot of business is not money. Like, it's not the money is the issue why, you know, your business won't be successful. The issue is the lack of strategy and the lack of resourcefulness. So more money doesn't mean you'll have less problems in business. Having more money to invest in inventory doesn't mean you'll be able to be more successful than somebody starting with, let's say, $500. And that's just the truth. Anybody that runs a business successfully can tell you money doesn't solve every single problem in the business. Sometimes it's a lack of strategy and a lack of resourcefulness. So even if you have a lot of money to spend to start a business, start with as little as possible. You don't have to stick to the numbers that I give you, but the numbers I gave is just a guideline for you to follow. So now that you know not to go buy the entire Alibaba website, you know, now you know you don't need a warehouse. Now we can talk about how do you actually get closer to ordering these products. By the way you order from a vendor, in case you haven't picked up on it, is not by adding stuff to carts. I don't recommend buying that way on Alibaba. I prefer to talk to the vendor, and in the chat they put together an invoice, send it to me in the chat. I click the invoice and then I pay. So how you actually go about placing an order is when you click on the product, you're going to go on chat. Okay, there's going to be a chat button somewhere, and then you could just send a simple message saying, hey, I'm so and so and I'm interested in purchasing this product and I have a few questions. I'm waiting for your response. Then you wait on the agent to get back to you, and then you're going to ask the questions that I'm going to tell you. So here are the questions, and this isn't in any particular order, right? You could ask all of them all at once, or you can just ask one at a time based on what is a priority for you. So the first question you could ask is, what is the MOQ, meaning minimum order quantity? So this means how much is the least amount of products I can buy from you. Some vendors is gonna tell you 1,000, while some is gonna say 10. And the funny thing is, sometimes it's gonna be for the exact same product, right? So you ask this one person how many of these cups you would have to buy, and they will tell you 1,000, right? Meanwhile, someone will say, okay, you could just buy 2. True story, guys, true story. So that's why you want to talk to more than one vendors at that. So the second thing you want to ask them about is customization. So let's say I want this in a aqua green, or I want this in purple, or I want this in orange. You would ask the vendor if they can do it like that for you. What if I want right up here to be black and I want a silver straw in here? You need to ask the vendor those customization questions, right? Because sometimes depending on how many customization you want, you're gonna have to buy more products. The other thing, can I get my logo on the product, right? You want to ask these questions. So these are the types of questions. Whatever you know you're going to need, you need to ask the vendor about it. If you want to upload your own design, let's say you want this entire thing to be covered in flowers print, you want to ask the vendor, okay, can I get, you know, this, that, and the third, and how much is it gonna cost? Now the other thing is, if you have any concerns or thoughts, like for example, some ingredients is banned when you in the US for beauty products. So you want to ask, okay, does your formula have this in it? Does your formula have that in it? And then you will let them say yes, no, etc. So you would want to, you know, ask those types of questions. The other thing is you want to ask about the processing time. A lot of people don't ask this question, and then it's been 3 months since they placed an order, and even to this day, the product had not yet even been shipped to them. So you want to ask, what is the processing time? How long does it take to make this product? Okay, typically I've seen 2 weeks to 4 weeks to be the norm when you're customizing products with your logo and your designs, etc. But it's important to know this so that you can plan properly and know how long it will take for you to get the products that you need. The other question you want to ask is about shipping time and the shipping options that you have. The longer the shipping time, the cheaper. If it's gonna go by sea and all these things, cheaper. I've always taken the one like Express and pay a little bit more to get it faster, but you definitely want to ask about the different shipping options and see if it's something you can work with. The other thing is you want to ask if it's possible to order samples, and I highly recommend that you order samples before you buy in bulk. The other question that a lot of times people don't ask, so before you even order samples, in case you waste your money on samples, right, ask for pictures and videos in real time. So at the factory, they have products there that they can show you unedited on Photoshop, pictures and videos of it, right? And they can send that to you. Another pro tip is you can download WhatsApp and also take their number and talk to them on WhatsApp. Another pro tip, or more like something to look out for, is a lot of these companies, they're overseas, right? So you're not gonna get to talk to them in your time, and like if you're in America or in the western part of the world, maybe they'll, you know, get back to you at 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. and those irregular hours when you're sleeping. So, you know, you want to bear that in mind as well. Yeah, so those are some questions. If you know any other helpful question that you always ask vendors, don't gatekeep, girl. Drop them down below so somebody else can learn from you. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you had found value so far. So we have 3 more steps left before we can say we found a vendor, we ordered our product, everything is smooth. But I want to stick a pin because I want to let you know that if you want a done for you list of vendors for many different products, I have a ultimate vendors list for free listed down below. Now, if you are struggling to come up with a business idea, you don't know what to sell, you don't know how to register a business, you don't know what should be on your website, you don't know what to post to launch, what to post before you launch, and all these other things, and you need help, then I listed my Launch to Profits bundle down below that will walk you through A to Z how to get started with your online business. Here is what a few girlies said about it, so you can pause the screen and read to see if it's a fit for you or not. Otherwise, just subscribe, continue watching this video, okay? And I'll remind you towards the end if you don't want to go now. So the other thing a lot of people don't know to do when they're talking to vendors is to try to figure out the true cost, because what the vendor lists the product for might not be what you end up paying. Let's say you're gonna buy 100 edge control and it is $100, right? So you might say, okay, that means that one is for $1, but when shipping goes on it, now you're looking at maybe $200. So it costs the same to ship it as the product itself, if you understand what I'm saying. So these cases are not strange when it comes to ordering from vendor sites. You're not ordering from Amazon. There will be absolutely no free shipping. Shipping sometimes can end up being even more expensive than the product. So before you get your hopes up and say, oh, I'm budgeting for $500 because the product is $1 each or $2 each, here's how to get the true cost of the product. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to use this formula. I'm going to put it somewhere here. So the formula is order quantity plus customization fee plus shipping address plus taxes equal true cost. So you want to tell the vendor, say, hey, can you give me the estimated cost if I want to buy 50 of this product with these types of customizations, and I want to ship to this address. Now you could put your address if you're not comfortable. You could just give them like your neighbor's address. Like for example, if you live at 125, you would give them 124 or 127. But honestly, you want to be careful, because let's say you're actually making the invoice and you forgot to tell the vendor that, hey, that's not the actual address, this is the address. You know, those situations could come up, so just to caution you a little bit. But you want to tell them the address, because based on where the products will be shipping at, the shipping price will be different. And you want to tell them to add the taxes in. That is going to give you a true estimated cost. And if you're talking to 3 vendors, you want to tell all 3 to do this so you can see what is the true cost, because whatever they list the product for, sis, that's not necessarily the price that you're going to pay. The formula I gave you is how you're going to actually figure out how much it costs to ship the products and everything with taxes and everything. So that's how you know your true cost. Now, after they do all that, the vendor that answers your questions to your satisfaction the most, that is the vendor you want to go ahead with after you get samples, right? So how you order is they're going to send you an invoice. Some of them will say, you know, sis, if you, well, they wouldn't say sis. This is more like my way of talking. They'll say, dear, if you send us the money through Western Union, you'll get a discount, or if you send us some money through MoneyGram, you'll get discount. Listen to me, pay on Alibaba, okay? Pay on Alibaba, or once you get familiar with the vendor, you could pay through PayPal. But basically, only use payment methods that is going to allow you to get a refund, or if something doesn't go the right way, you have somewhere to go. Okay. That's how that works. So you have to pay on Alibaba for that order to be fully protected. So yeah, and Alibaba have updated now. I think in the payment section they have like 4-part payments, they have Carlna, they're getting really up to date now. So yeah, there is means and ways to get this thing done. If you find those tips and gems helpful and you're still kind of confused on what products to sell, you don't have a business idea yet, you're so confused on all the other steps when it comes to starting an online business, and you just know you need more guidance with all the other steps, then grab my Launch to Profits kit from down below. For the type of help and resources I'm giving you, others would have charged you $997 for a course, and I put together that launch kit for you guys for less than what it would cost today to get your nails done. So it's pretty affordable, and I'm not going to tell you that, you know, buy it because that's going to make you successful and you're guaranteed to be successful. Like I said, sis, everything is an investment when it comes to business. Okay, my results are not typical. I use the strategies that I put into the Launch to Profits ebook and the rest of the guides that comes with the Launch to Profits kit. I use those to generate 100,000 in 1 year and 300,000 in 2 years, right? And I put down the strategies that I use. I put down the mistakes that I made that you should avoid, because sis, I made some mistake that cost me even thousands of dollars, and I want to stop you from making that mistake. So if you're looking for help, affordable help, and you want to make as less mistake as possible with the process of starting your online business, grab the Launch to Profits kits from down below. If you don't know what to post when it's time for you to launch your business, grab the link from down below. So yeah, so it helps you with basically all the areas of launching your business. So I'm Tabia. Make sure you subscribe, and yeah,